Okay, running through this very quickly because it's a bit like death by PowerPoint. There's a lot of things I'd like to say. Now we get into the meat of it. How do we help make the best use of the site? One of the first things we do is a site analysis. Now your architect may do a site analysis, but he probably isn't looking at it from a landscape perspective. You may be looking at it from the point of view of views from the house or views of the house. Quite often won't be thinking about the garden. We concern ourselves with things like sun and shade and the prevailing wind direction. Overlooking, often a concern. Borrowed landscape. This picture on the right here shows an example of borrowed landscape where create the illusion that the field beyond is actually part of the garden property. And we also look at things like access. Just by way of an example, this is the sort of analysis we'd do to look at shadows. So we'd actually model the site in 3 dimensions with the trees and orient it accurately, and then we can see where the shadows fall through the day and at different times of the year. We can look at the house orientation and its location. Your architect may think we're treading on his toes here, but here's an example. It was actually passed to me by an ecologist that I work with from time to time. This is a plan for a rather nice brick house, double-fronted house in a suburb of West London. As you can see, double-fronted with a garage on one side. And this is the plan I just left over here. These lines here show the limits of the proposed driveway, and I've superimposed on this plan in red the turning circle for a car. And you can immediately see that there's absolutely no possibility with that proposal to turn a car around in that driveway. This house is probably worth something well in excess of £1 million. And you've got to reverse onto the road. That doesn't sound right to me. And how many cars do you guys have? How many people here have only one car? Nobody. How many cars do you park? You know, where are your visitors going to park? And so what's the answer? Well, one answer would be actually just to mirror image the whole house, to reverse it, move the garage from there to there, and suddenly you have enough room that you can actually turn your car. You could have an in and out driveway. You could have a driveway that came straight in front of the front door, with parking on one side and turning on the other. There are lots of options. I'm just trying to illustrate that from a landscape design point of view, this is probably the worst option. Multi-million-pound house. Here's another example. Designers love things like vistas and visual axes, and it's very nice to be able to align these with views from inside the house. Eco-utilities, what I call eco-utilities. These are increasingly popular, things like rainwater harvesting, ground source heat pumps. This picture here is the pipe seals for a ground source heat pump, reed bed sewage treatment systems. All of these things take up room in the garden. You really don't want to discover after the event that you wish you hadn't put that rainwater harvesting tank where it is. The only way you're going to make sure you put it in the right place is to have a landscape plan in your hand before you decide where to put that. Don't just leave it to the builder. Reed beds, if there's enough space, can be very well incorporated with water features such as the picture on the left there.